Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 125 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series where, wow, that's a lot of people hanging out in the town square. How is it going, everybody? What are you all doing here? I actually have no idea why everybody's just chilling around here, but that's okay. I've been hanging out in my mine colony for the last little bit of time. We can see things are going well. My farmer's slow. That's one note that I have. Farmer's slow. Like, I set up a new farm here for carrots, because I'm like, hey, if I'm going to plant potatoes, I might as well plant carrots, and that way we have long-lasting use for influenza and whatnot. But my farmer is really quite slow. What is... Oh, I know what's going on today. Somebody died. The knight, Thomas G. Asger, has died of a mob. I was expanding my area over here. As you can see, I've kind of cleared out a hefty amount of terrain, and the grass is spreading out. What I usually like to do is just, destruction gadget, a giant batch of area, and then, exchanging gadget into a bunch of dirt so that at least it's all grass, up until the wall of whatever that I don't bother maintaining or cleaning up. And this corner over there had some mob spawn, and my knight, who's apparently supposed to be able to fight mobs, died trying to fight mobs. Sorry, knight. But it is what it is. So I think it's a day of mourning in the village, and that's why everybody's hanging around. And now is the moment where it occurred to me, like, number one, I forget which guard tower he was assigned to. And number two, I've been expanding some other guard stuff. I feel like it might be a good idea to come in here and turn on the setting to auto-assign jobs to people, right? Worker hiring mode. I'm going to put that back on automatic. Cool. Decanus. It's only 8 guards, but your army must start somewhere. I guess it just assigned a bunch of guards. I'm assuming that's what just happened, right? Here's a list of my citizens. Sweet. Barracks level 4, Yisrael's working on. I wanted to upgrade barracks to 4 so I can build that 4th guard tower and kind of finish up the barracks here. So what's Yisrael need? Where are you, buddy? He needs some stone bricks. And a handful of other things that I'll supply in a moment here. I'm just going to screenshot that bad boy. So that's where we're at, right? We finished the research for all that research that I was working on before. So we can now place the dyer's hut, the archery, and the combat academy. So I think 2 things. Number one, auto-assigning jobs will mean that we'll automatically get more guards. And then as we otherwise build buildings, it will automatically assign villagers to those jobs, and I think that's fine, right? I mean, I've just been kind of randomly assigning people anyway, and at this point, it's just way too much effort for me to maintain all the different jobs that my village has, especially if we're going to get attacked every now and then, and villagers are going to die. They're going to have to get replaced in their functions, and the jobs will have to be assigned to somebody new. So I'd like that to be somewhat hands-off on my part. I don't want to have to go over and be like, all right, now who was that guy? What was his job before? Oh, it's a guard? Which tower was he assigned? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, right? So I'd rather just have the village maintain that. So that's what I'm working on right now. We're upgrading the barracks, and then I want to start placing the dyer's hut, the archery, and the combat academy in that order, probably, so that we can kind of focus on, hey, look, new children are showing up. Hooray! So that's neat. I like that. It means that will be cool. Now, everybody keeps saying that I need to manually assign children to the school, but I have no idea how to do that. So this school... is cool, but there's nothing here on this UI that indicates how to assign children to it, right? There's manage workers, right? We can have more teachers, it looks like. So we actually have like quite a few teachers. Yeah, we have a lot of workers assigned. Holy cow. Unless workers equals children? Is that how you do it? Pupil. Oh! So you assign children in the same way that you assign teachers. So there's one teacher, and now because I turned to auto-assign, got it. So you assign students in the same way that you assign teachers. Got it. Got it. So I've been looking for I've seen several people over the last few episodes commenting, Direwolf, you have to assign, my students to this. I'm just like, I don't get it. What do I have to do? I keep looking in here. I'm like, how do I assign students? All I can do is manage workers. I didn't realize you could quote unquote hire children to be students. Makes a little bit more sense. Now, what level building is this? It says school 2. I thought I upgraded you to level 3. Are you level 2? I guess you are level 2. I should probably consider a third. How hard would it be to upgrade? Oh, look at all this junk we have to get. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, we can pull that off. Upgrade, please. Let's get a level 3 school. Let's let these kids be smart. Education is important. And I will not stand for lazy folk not getting educated in my village. So, you know. Let me populate all these items that are needed for the barracks to be level 4. And then we'll come back to get the dyer's hut and the other combat stuff up and running, because we really need to get this village self-sufficient on defense. I want to be able to go out in the world and work on things and not have to panic when there's a raid happening and have to rush back to you know, make sure our villagers don't die. So anyway, we'll be back in a minute once I craft all this stuff and hand it in. All right, that should be a... I thought I had enough slabs here. That should now be a sufficiently satisfied... Awesome. Barracks 4 will now get built up. And I assume... We started the build request, but I'm assuming because it's the day of mourning kind of thing for the villager who died, that it'll be picked up tomorrow. So I have to wait for the nighttime to pass and all that good stuff, and then everybody can get back to working. All right, so let's start mapping out where we want our dyer's hut and stuff to be. So what I want is the dyer's hut, which I had on my list over there on the left, so I don't know why I bothered doing what I just did, but it's okay. We'll put here, here, here. Nope, not you. Get back here. The dyer's hut, I think I want to put right behind the sheep farm and all that stuff, right? Now, we might eventually have more farms here, so I want to have a little bit of space. So I'm thinking right behind the sheep farm is where we'll have the dyer, right? And that'll be cool. It's the me. Everybody in the comments keeps saying like dyer's hut, like where dyer wolves gonna live? No, the dyer's hut. They're gonna dye the wool. The dyer's hut. See? Dyer's hut. Not dyer's hut. The dyer hut. Get it? Everybody cool? Okay. So I'd like the front door to be, you know, kind of facing here-ish. Do I want it? I don't think we're going to utilize this space. So I think what I would probably be best to do would be to line it up with this building. That seems fair. And then to that building, right? So that's well maintained, and I think that looks cool, right? It's aligned with the front of this building. It's not the same size, so it's not perfectly aligned with the back. We could push it back 1 if we wanted to. I don't think it super matters. I think pushing it back 1 is not a terrible idea, though. Yeah, I like that. So, get to work. Now, with regards to the other 2 buildings that I wanted to make here, we wanted to make the archery. And that will teach our guardsmen how to shoot bows and arrows. And then we're going to want the combat academy, which I presume will teach them how to fight a little bit better. Let me check the wiki real quick. Archery, MineColonies. So the archery is where your archers in training will train to become archer guards. This also allows them to level up without a risk of dying to mobs. A new archer in training will need a bed in a house in order to spawn. However, once they are hired at the academy, that becomes the new residence, and the bed in the house will open up for another new citizen, child, or recruit. Cool. The number of students that can be trained at a time depends on the level of archery. It's 1-to-1, so level 1 archery means 1 student at a time. Level 5 archery means 5 students at a time. And it progresses as you would expect. Now, with regards to the Combat Academy, it's pretty much the same thing, but for knights instead of archers. So they will become knight guards there rather than just regular guards. So they can also level up without a risk of dying to mobs, and it's the exact same deal. They can be trained. The level of the Combat Academy determines the number of students, so level 5 Combat Academy equals 5 students at a time. What I'd like to do is place the setup over here-ish. Let's figure out where that makes sense. So I want the archery, to be wooden, level 5. Let's see what that looks like. So let's rotate him. I want to make sure I know where the entrance is. This might be the entrance. Yes. Is this the entrance? Where's like the quote-unquote front of the building? I want to make sure that... Is there even a front? There may not even be a front. I don't think there's a front. I feel like there's not a front. So with that said... Right? I don't feel like there's a front here. I think we just... And this is good. Let's rotate it the other way, because it looks like this is a viewing stand. So let's have the viewing be on the back of the building. And we'll kind of align you, relatively speaking, not too far away from, but not too close to. Yeah, that looks good, right? Now let's also like bump it up a little bit. I think these blocks can be anything, so that's what we're gonna want, like that, and that should be cool. Yeah, I like the looks of this. That looks neat, right? I like it. And then there's probably room for another guard barracks right about there-ish. Though, do the barracks here equal a guard tower? That's something I was never quite clear on. Like, having a barracks here, is that the equivalent of having a guard tower over here? Not really sure, but I guess it's fine. Let's build it. Boom. And then right next to it, I would like the Combat Academy. Wooden. Level 5. Okay? So the Combat Academy... Wow, that's a big building. That is like almost university-sized big building, right? Right next to this dude. Now, he also has kind of like an entrance and exit-y kind of thing. Let's rotate him so that he's kind of the same as this. Right? Does that look cool? I mean, he's a little bit bigger on the back end, but that's okay. But he'll start the same, and then this will be the entrance that people can walk in. They can do their combat fighting. I guess there's like a little meeting place up here. Unless I want them kind of facing each other almost. Like I'm treating this as the front of the building, even though there's not like a front door, but that's the front. And I'm treating this as the front here, even though there's not a front door. So really, they enter in from the sides, kind of, is the way my brain is interpreting these buildings. Unless I want to rotate them 90 degrees so that the back is against that wall. That might be cool. How do we feel about that? Does that feel better? Let's cancel this and pick this guy up. Can I just pick him up, or how does that work? Archery, wooden, level 5. Let's rotate it so that it's kind of this way. So if I aligned you with this, that would be cool, right? Just like that. And then we just back it up a little bit, so there's a little bit of space between these buildings. I'm just going to back it up a little bit more so that as we expand out down that row of buildings over there, it's less of a thing. But that should be cool. I kind of like that, right? So like, yeah, they come in this side and they come across here, but this is kind of the front and that's kind of the back of the building. I feel like that looks a little bit better, but it's all good. I like that a little bit better. And then for the Combat Academy, level 5, wooden. Same kind of deal, right? We're going to line you up. That looks pretty closely aligned. So I'm just going to have like a couple block spaces between you two, right? So like the barracks people, they're going to walk out here. They're going to come across over to here. And then the soldiers will go this way. And then the archers will go this way. I feel like that's pretty cool. What I just want to test is that you're kind of aligned with the same entrance. You're not really, but that's okay. That's okay. So this entrance will be there. This entrance will be here. They're a little bit disjointed, but I think that's okay. I don't think there's much we can do about it. So we'll just leave it as is. Cool? Ding, ding, ding. Awesome. All right, so It's nighttime. Everybody should be in bed by now. Let's take a quick nap. Get everybody woken up. They can get back to work today. And we will build the dyer's hut. So I'm going to go ahead and... so right now, the school and the combat academy are being worked on. The school should be picked up in a moment. Once the school's picked up, I'm going to initiate the build request for the dyer's hut, because that's what I want built next. And then I'm going to kick off the combat academy and the archery. Does that sound cool? I like the plan. All right, Kai's working on the school, so I'm going to supply him what he may not already have. A handful of things, but nothing terrible. So I will be right back after I've given you everything you need. And soon we shouldn't have to supply carpet anymore because we're getting the dyer's hut, right? Right? I'm very excited about that. Just making a bunch of those because you know you always need a lot. Crossed oak paper. So we need, that should be cool. Okay, so that's you. Blue carpet. That shouldn't be a problem. I didn't mean to shift click that, but not a big deal. Left hand slope and right hand slope times 2. So this is how I've been doing this. I think there's something along the lines of they'll change it for you automatically, but I'm not quite sure how that works. And I need to look into that a little bit. Right? And then left hand slope will hand in that. Cool. And then we just need some oak logs and those shingles. We needed 21 shingles and some oak logs. Boom. And that, happy, 41 more logs. Perfect. Cool. So the book or the school should be good to go now. And Yeast Roll should have everything needed for the construction of the barracks. So that should be becoming a level 4 barracks here pretty quickly. And that's pretty cool. I also did kick off the building of our stone smeltery. And I rapidly learned that I placed it 1 level low. So we did the level below thing again, which is a hassle. But, oh well. What you gonna do? Somebody said I might be able to deconstruct it. And then move it up 1. And then reconstruct it, and it would stay at its current level. I think somebody commented that. So maybe we'll test that today, too, to see what happens. Now, what's your beef, stranger? I bet you want weapons and stuff. I need a bow to continue working. I will work on it. What makes bows? Is it the Fletcher? Is there a Fletcher? There is a Fletcher's hut. Talk to me about the Fletcher's hut. The Fletcher's hut... If you also make fishing rods, I'll be very happy, is where the Fletcher will craft arrows and items that use string or wool, such as bows, fishing poles, and paintings. For the Fletcher to work, they must receive a request from another worker and have the necessary materials. The Fletcher's hut must also have been taught the crafting recipes for all the items you want the Fletcher to be able to craft. Cool. We should probably look into a Fletcher's hut. Maybe I'll put that next to the Combat Academy. Would that be cool? Or would we put it back here? Let's see how big it is, but if I can sneak it between these 2 buildings, that would be great. Wooden level 5 Fletcher. He is nice and tiny. Well, he's not that tiny, actually. He looked tiny, and then he was less tiny looking, but... yeah, that fits. That super fits. Just bump him out a little bit. I might have to dig into the wall a little bit there to clear out that little path. But I feel like that's doable, right? There's like 2 blocks behind it that need to be cleared. But then he can be right there. I might bump him back 1 more just so that he's in line with with this building. And that means bump him back a little bit more there. But I could totally get the Fletcher snuck in here, and that works. I like it. Make it so. We just need to... the things, right? And I should probably get out my building gadget to fill in this pool with dirt. So into surface mode you go. Right, let's just make sure that we're filling everything because that's a lot of water. And that feels pretty good to me. I like that. That fits, right? And it might not be a terrible idea to do something like this. Just so that we're nice and organized, if you know what I mean. That feels pretty good. All right, back in a minute once I finish clearing out this walkway-ish area. Usually I destruction gadget this, but since it's such a small amount of terrain, I'm not going to worry too much about it. But I will exchange and gadget the ground and all grass. All right, just replacing all this mess with dirt here so that it's nice and clean-ish looking. You know, clean-ish looking. It doesn't have to be perfect, but, you know, if it's pretty clean looking, that would be nice. Trying to keep the village visually happy. Not a terrible. Usually I don't fill in the walls there, but meh, whatever. It's all good. How's everything going? We're cool? All right, let's clean up our inventory this way. So these guys can all go away. That feels good and clean. Okay, and let's see how our upgrades are happening. Everybody doing a good job, villagers? You are well on your way, as is the school. It looks like is being upgraded. Make it a little bit fancier. School. We can definitely... So everybody keeps telling me to make the clipboard. Maybe that would be a good time, right? From MineColonies? I feel like that would be a good time. So the clipboard is apparently going to help me with no colony set. Sneak and use the clipboard on the town hall. Okay. Boop. Noting requests on the clipboard from Direwolf's colony. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. That's a lot of requests. Everybody wants something. Show only important requests. Everybody wants armor and weapons. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Everybody wants armor and weapons. Yeah. And I think that's what a blacksmith is for, isn't it? Isn't a blacksmith going to make my weapons and stuff? Now, did we make one of them yet? I feel like we didn't. Did we? Did we make a blacksmith? I forget. We've got the stonemason, right? We've got... whatever this is. The smeltery. Right, we've got, this is the gravelly thing. Crusher. Yeah, do we have a blacksmith? Blacksmith? I don't think we've made this. Requires research at the university. Well, that definitely implies that we didn't make it yet. Maybe the blacksmith, I'm assuming we'll make weapons and armor. So let's do technology. Blacksmith hut requires a mine. Okay, so I just need an anvil to kick that off. I think I want 2 anvils for some reason. Something else needed the mine to be at level 4, and I forget what that was. But we're going to kick off technology blacksmith. And then we're going to kick off technology... There was something else that needed a blacksmith level 4, and I forget what it was. This. So I need wheat seeds 128. This will increase our crop harvest. So it wasn't the anvil. Dung. Boom. All right, cool. So that kicks off the research. The school and the hut should be done soon. And now we've got this awesome clipboard that tells us what kind of things our people need. So who are you? Fuel. Okay. Emmeline Q. Asger. See, how do I know who that is? Is there a way for me to know? Like, who's Emmeline and why does she need fuel? Dimension Minecraft Overworld, Resolver, player. 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 Player Interesting. I'll have to figure out how to make these guys have access to iron armor, by the way, because I would love for them to be able to get iron armor. Where's that? I need to sleep through this night because I want the villagers to continue working. But I need to figure out how to make sure that the guards and whatnot can wear iron armor. So you're the stonemason. I did make a smeltery. Was this the smeltery? Stone smeltery. So the smeltery should be this building then? Yes. Okay, cool. Fuel. Coal is on. Maybe oh, there's Emmeline. Yeah, okay, so that's why. Sweet. Smeltable ore. Everything is on. So basically all the ore that we're getting from our mine should be smelted there. Now you also... Do you have coal at all in here? We have 10 coal ore. Interesting. So, I mean, I can totally supply you guys with some coal to get you going. Wow, I don't have that much coal left, do I? You know, I'm a benevolent host, but you gotta get your own coal, kids. You got a miner. You got a miner. Mine your own coal, I feel like would be the solution there, right? But now with the clipboard, coal is no longer a need, right? Kelp, huh? Why do you need kelp, Adrian? Ariadine, why do you need kelp? Who are you and what do you need kelp for? Who's Ariadine and what does she do? I have no idea. Who needs kelp? Why do we need kelp? What's kelp gonna do? Anyone? Bueller? I don't even know who Ariadine is. I could come over here and see citizens. Healer. Healer. Ah. Is she my person here? Yes. Okay. Why does she need kelp? Should we give it to her? There you go. Now you've got the kelp you need. Well, that's kind of a handy tool. It shows you all the things that your people in your town need. So let me look at the barracks now. Because I want to understand... Hooray, the school! Level 3. Nice. Barracks towers. Increase the number of guards. But what allows my guards to wear iron armor? That's really what I want to make sure I understand. So, once I get the blacksmith going, I think I can give them chainmail armor, which has a pretty cheap recipe. So yeah, we could totally teach the blacksmith how to make chainmail armor for everybody, and I think that would suffice. So now that that's covered, let's go ahead and get the dyer's hut up and running. Begin building. And barracks should be getting done, Yisrael. Do you need something all of a sudden, or are you still just, you know... Are you working, buddy, or what's up? What's up? What's up? Get to work. Get to work. If I push you around a little bit, maybe you'll get to work. Recall worker.
It's your gold.
It is my gold, and I've never given any to you, but I would appreciate it if you would get to work. Come on. So I checked his requests page, and he was asking for some spruce wood. I don't know why. I know I gave it to him. So, I just canceled that request, and now he seems to be moving again. So, for some reason, his request was stuck. That solved that. Now, did I kick off the dyer's hut build? I did. Now, I thought I checked, and you weren't recessed into the ground. Didn't I check? I feel like I checked. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, he wasn't super recessed. Maybe he just has a floor. He has a wooden floor, that's why. Yeah, that's all. He's just filling in a wooden floor. All right, Kai, I got you, buddy. If I had one light gray stained glass. All right, I'll check in on your requests as well and get that dyer's hut pretty much covered. All right, Kai's hard at work over here on the dyer's hut, getting that thing built for me, at least the level 1 version of it. Now, the dyer's hut is going to supply dyed wool, I presume, right? Where the dyer will craft dyes and dye other items, including red nether bricks and dark prismarine. They won't dye concrete or concrete powder, though. The dyer will only do this if they receive a request from another worker and have the necessary materials. The dyer's hut automatically knows how to make green dye and red sand, but you must teach it the recipes for the other dyes and the dyed items. Cool. Okay, good to know. So you can basically bump it up to increase more recipes, and then there'll also be more furnaces they can use for dyeing. Sounds neat. Interesting. Alright, so that'll be the dyer's hut. And then the barracks level 4, are you almost done, buddy? It looks like he's almost done building this. East roll. Looks like he's placing some stuff. And mostly just because I didn't like that 4th corner. Oh, there he is. Oh, no, wait, that's level 1 dyer hut. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, and then how's this coming along? All my researchers for technology. Hitting iron has about 30 minutes left, so we'll probably not get the blacksmith until next episode, but that guy, so the blacksmith and the fletcher. So the fletcher will make the bows for us, right? So let's get that building going. And that way, the requests that we're getting for stuff will be fulfilled, right? Now, why do you need me to make sticks for you, carpenter? Why don't you know how to make sticks? Who wants sticks, and why don't you know how to make sticks? Who would make sticks, I guess, in theory? We should be getting sticks. I mean, I don't think a smelter would make it. Can I teach you how to make sticks? No, wait. You, right? You're the oak planks guy, right? List of recipes. Do you know how to make sticks? Should I teach you how to make sticks? I guess so.
I'll take care of it.
I would like you to be oak planks, though. I actually have some. Done. So now if we look at this, no more need for sticks, but oak item frames is a thing that we need. Kai needs item frames for his work. Yeah, I'm sure you need a few things, right? Yeah, a few things. Okay, so I'm going to supply him what he needs. But let's do this. Let's wrap up the episode here, because I think it's about that time. We'll come back next episode. The blacksmith will be done. I will teach the blacksmith how to make chainmail armor and swords, and I'll teach the fletcher how to make bows, and then we'll see if we have any other outstanding requests on the clipboard, and hopefully that'll make everybody happy. For now, it's wrapping up point, though. So Dyer20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time for more fun with MineColonies. I didn't do any Nature's Ore this episode. I kind of did all MineColonies, but we'll be back to Nature's Ore. We're not quite done with that yet. I just felt like I've been neglecting my colony a little bit here, and I felt a little bit bad about it. So I wanted to, you know, remedy that. So, you know, mission accomplished, hopefully. That was a good episode to get some stuff done. So, yeah, for now, take it easy.